Hello friends, this is Wasim and today we will learn enum as a struct. So in Rust, enum can also behave like a struct. This means that each variant can have its own data field. So let's see an example here of enum vehicle, and we are creating its variants called car, bike and aeroplane. And if you see, this car variant is having its data field called speed. The bike is having its own data field called speed, and aeroplane is having its own data field called speed and altitude. So while creating this enum, we can also tie the values to this data fields. So how to do that? Let's see in the main function. So while creating a car, we are creating it vehicle car, we are providing its type of the variant, we are providing the type of the variant, and we are tying this speed with the value 180. And same for bike, we are tying this speed with value 40, and for aeroplane we are also binding the speed with 900 and altitude with 12,000. And at the same time we are also mentioning its variant type, and we will pass these variables inside the function called max speed, and max speed will return the maximum speed based upon these values which we are providing. So now let's go to max speed function. Inside this function you will find that we are taking uh, the enums as a reference, and inside match statement we are calculating the maximum speed of all the variants like car, bike and aeroplane. And if you see, we are capturing the values here like speed and altitude, and we are using this speed here to calculate the max speed. If you notice, like, we are using asterisk symbol here. So why we are using it? We are using it because we are taking the input as a reference. So whenever we take an input as a reference, these values will be transferred as a reference. So we have to dereference it whenever we want to use it. And one more thing I want to say, like, if you use these values inside any expression like this, so compiler will reference it for you. So at that time, there is no need to dereference. So if you see, it is not throwing an error. But if you want to use this as a standalone value, like if you see altitude, make sure you dereference it using this asterisk symbol. And if you see, like, it is calculating the maximum speed here for each type, and it is returning it because all those statement doesn't have these statement doesn't have semicolon, so all these statements are the return type. Now let's run this, and if you see, we are getting the max speed of all those three variants. I'm done here. See you in the next video.